Hello, I wanted to share how I've put together my first day of class on Canvas. So first of all, I am here on Canvas. I'm on the module screen inside the ELI Remote Learning module. And under Monday, March 23rd, I've put in an agenda. And see, this agenda says to do today, and then I have a numbered list. Number 1, watch the Core Vocabulary Week 10 video. Number 2, listen to this listening. Number 3, there's an activity. Number 4, there's a discussion board post. And at the bottom, I also say if you have any questions or problems, you can tell me about them, in this link. I created a second discussion board for this day. Might not need that every day, but I figure especially in the beginning, want to give students a very clear place to report problems. So in this post here, I kind of embedded these files. I can show how I did that in a moment, but the effect is for students. They can just click on the play button, ELI, and it'll play right there in their browser. For this listening, which is something we listened to in class, and now we've had a very long break, and it'll be even longer a week from now. That's why I want them to refresh their memory.
Unit 8.
That's just the textbook audio that I've put right into here, so they can listen to that through their browser or through the Canvas app. And then I have links to the vocabulary and the discussion board posts. Let's take a quick look here. I'm going to click the edit button so you can see how I did this in the agenda. I have to zoom out a little bit so we can see the interface. So to put these links in here, or to put files in here, that sort of thing, I'm actually just going to add this file again so you can see how the process works. I'm going to click in the right-hand sidebar, Files, upload a new file, choose File. Here I've already navigated to the audio here. Let's say I'm just going to choose this activity B. Say open and upload. And there, it's right there. If I quickly say save so we can look at it how it would look from a student's perspective, you can see it's right there. So I uploaded the file. Now the student can see, oh, all right, it needs to process on the server for a moment, but that will be there in a couple minutes. Students would be able to view that. Now to link to activities that I've created, you can find that in the sidebar where it says links. So if you created a quiz, for example, I created this vocabulary activity. I just basically typed up a textbook activity into a Canvas quiz. So if I want to put in that link, I just go links, quizzes, click, and it shows right up where my cursor was. Same idea for the discussion board posts. I'm hitting Shift Return if I don't want a new number to appear there. But if I want to put in this discussion board link, it's under Links, Discussions. Now I have a whole bunch of these, but Monday, March 23rd, I just click the link, and it can show up in my agenda like that. So that's how I'm adding those links into my agenda so that students can get to those materials nice and easily. Now I'm going to save this again. Now I'm going to click back to the course modules page. So here under Monday, March 23rd, we see agenda, and then we see those same files and activities again. So I linked them in the agenda post just for convenience, but students can also see at a glance on the module page, okay, here's the core vocabulary video, here's that listening that I want them to do from the textbook, here's the vocabulary activity, the discussion board discussion, and then where they can report questions and problems. I'll just take a quick look at these other activities so you can see what I put together. For vocabulary activity, I created that as a quiz on Canvas. So from my point of view as an instructor, as I'm creating it, one thing that's a little tricky, when you create a quiz, you have to look at the top here, this tab, click into questions. That's where you actually make the quiz. And you can see I put, multiple choice, worth half a point. The prompt is emphasize, and they have to choose the best synonym. So in this case, I had 3 answer choices: successful, importance, stress. Correct answer here will be stress. And again, I just typed this up directly from the textbook. I just copied this multiple choice activity straight from the textbook into Canvas. Now from the student's point of view, sorry, I think I have to click, save. From the student's point of view, I can click preview to see how they will see it. And this is exactly how it will show up for the student in their web browser. They just have to choose the correct answers. They submit, and it will tell them if they answered correctly, or in these cases, I didn't choose answers. It will tell them what was incorrect and what the correct answers were. So I set that up so it will automatically be graded. If a student submitted it this way, it would automatically show up in the grade book. They would have 0.5 out of 3.5. I don't have to do any follow-up grading to get that settled and into my grade book. Now, for the discussion board posts, this just says, give an example of a time when you succeeded after failing at first. What did you learn from your mistakes? So this prompt is straight from the textbook. And then I added, to make it a little more explicit, write at least 2 sentences. Now this is a level 3 class, so 2 sentences I think is pretty appropriate target for this kind of activity. Of course, in higher levels, you might want them to interact a bit more. I did not put in any requirement to reply to other students or anything like that. We might get into that later, but for now I just wanted something really simple that we should hopefully be successful on in day 1. And then the other discussion board is the questions or problems. This is a place where you can ask questions or tell me about problems, just open-ended. There's no pedagogical kind of activity here. It's really just, I take that back a little bit. If students have issues with the vocabulary quiz, that would be something related to the course material, but also technology issues, perhaps they could talk about here. So that's what I have set up for the first day for Monday, March 23rd, and we will see how that goes.